So good evening, everyone. My name is Debbie Wetzler, and I live in Maryland, very close to Dr. David Silverman. And we run this team phone call together. And we're happy to see so many people on. We've had a big snowstorm back here, and we've got 10 inches, and it was a mess. And it snowed for 35 hours straight. So we're just trying to catch up and catch our breaths back here. So this is our team phone call, and I would just like to say that we have a team phone call every week so that we work together as a team, and people can kind of at least get to see each other and know each other a little bit on the phone. We introduce new people, we do recognition, and we're doing some training tonight. So we do this so that we can all move together synergistically and all have success and be able to learn together and do our businesses together. And I don't know if David's on yet or not. David, are you on? Okay, yep. There you are. All right, so I've introduced myself, and this is Dr. David Silverman. He lives in Maryland, pretty close to me, about 20 minutes away. He's an ambassador Double Diamond now with the company. And David, I'll let you say a few words to get this started.
Okay, and then thanks, Debbie. And then if there's anybody that has a testimonial, I didn't ask anybody to give one, but I just came from New York and we saw so many, I mean, just so many really fast ones. But if there's anybody that would like to share, one or two people, something they've seen in the last week with the product, we'd love to have that. And then maybe Debbie, you can do the recognition.
Yep, I have that ready.
Awesome, awesome. All right, well, hi everybody. I see a lot of faces I just saw in New York. And what a great trip we had up there in New Jersey and New York. I have to tell you, well, as Debbie said, I'm a double ambassador Diamond. Debbie and I do this call every week, and she went through the reasons, and it's great to get together every week. Wednesday, we do presentations to help you build your business with regards to explaining ASEA to your guests, and we'll talk about that because this Wednesday at 8 a.m., 1 p.m., and 9 p.m., Debbie will be flying to Utah to the big event. I'll do all three events. I don't leave till Thursday morning, so it's something you can bring your guests to. We, as Debbie said, we do this to get all the reasons she said, and the bottom line is we're servant leaders. That's what we are. We're not dictators. We're servant leaders. We're here to help you all, and we are building teams of servant leaders. I see a lot of servant leaders on here. I see platinums and golds, and silvers and bronzes on here, and we all know something pretty amazing. We know something more important than most people do. I'll give you an example. I did a presentation in a liquor store in New Jersey with Raj and Sanjay on was it on Saturday? I did it. And I thought it was going to be in a back room, like we'd have I brought my projector. Turns out I was standing in the front of the liquor store by the front door. I could show you funny pictures. And there were probably about 15 people that were there invited, and we're just standing. And it was a little odd. It was strange. And there were people walking in, and people were walking in to get beer for the football games this Saturday, the NFL playoff games. And this couple came in, Sonia and Lowell. And they stopped and they turned around and listened to what was being said. And I happened to be talking about the gel, how well it works for pain on almost everybody. And all of a sudden, Betty, who was up there with me, Betty said, Dr. Silverman, they want to talk. So they both came up front. I filmed it. And Lowell has his Dallas Cowboy hat on. And he says, I came in to get a 12-pack of beer. And I'm telling you this because fate is a funny thing, right? So I said, what happened? He goes, Betty put the gel on my hands. My hands, I work with my hands, and the pain's gone. It's totally gone. And then Sonia spoke. She's a principal of a high school. And I said, what was the matter with you? And she said, I've had a migraine for 4 days. For the last 4 weeks, I've been getting migraines. They're giving me medicines like candy. It doesn't even work. And she goes, Betty had me put this on my head and my ears and my neck, and it's better. And I said, how much better? She goes, it's all better. It's gone. And I said, fate's a funny thing. You have to walk in at this moment. you could have just walked by and said, oh, what are they talking about, whatever, but you walked by and you stopped and listened. And yes, it helped you with your migraine, but you may know somebody who's ill. Do you know anybody with diabetes? Do you know anybody with this? She goes, yeah. I said, usually we have to wait till our friends bring it to us. Like Debbie brought this to me. I'm really glad. And she was so grateful. So we all know something amazing, right? That is a breakthrough for humanity. And because of that, and because it has patents and we're early in the opportunity, and it's run by really good, ethical, smart people that are protecting it, a lot of times people enroll in this business and think the money's going to fall from the ceiling. And it doesn't. You got to do work, and it's a matter of, hi, honey.
Hi, how are you?
So it's a matter of actually educating people about this in a certain way so that those people can duplicate what you did with them. And that's part of why we do this call too. And we have trainings. Tonight, we're going to train on the compensation plan a little bit because some people, it confuses them. And I'm going to try to simplify it. Debbie and I are going to try to simplify it. So if there's anybody in your team that's interested in the comp plan, have them pop in. But that's the purpose of the call. So Debbie, I'll turn it back over to you. Maybe we have a couple of testimonials, at least one or two, that people want to share a little bit before we get to recognition.
You just share two. Does anyone else have a testimonial they'd like to share?
Hey, Debbie.
Yes, Harry.
Hi, I'd like to introduce Jim Diliberto to the team, and also he's been on the product for about 8 weeks now, and he would like to share and introduce himself as well, all in one shot.
Okay.
Awesome.
And I met Jim at softball, and he wanted to be like me. So this is.
In what way?
I can't unmute, Debbie. You got control.
Okay.
Is Jim down in Melbourne, Florida?
Jim is in Cocoa Beach.
Good. Maybe I'll get to meet him when I'm down there next week. Or the
All right,
week
Jim,
after.
I've unmuted you. Please introduce yourself and tell us your testimonial.
Okay, my name is Jim Diliberto. Originally from Syracuse, New York. I'm down here for about 8 months out of the year. I'm a Florida resident. I met Harry about 3 months ago. I actually met him last year, but he doesn't remember. But this year I met him, and he briefly talked. We were at a game. We talked about my neuropathy and some physical issues that I had. So I got the product, and actually today is my 2-month anniversary today. 8 weeks I've been on it. After about 2 weeks after taking it, I noticed that, at nighttime, my neuropathy pain, sometimes on a scale from 1 to 10, it would reach sometimes an 8 or a 9. It made it very uncomfortable to sleep or to get comfortable, even touch my feet. And, excuse me, after about 2 weeks, the pain went down to about a 4 or 5. And I went to one of the meetings over in Cocoa, and excuse me, and Danielle asked me about it, and I said, I really don't believe it's the ASEA, because I just couldn't believe that it happened. Because I was a non-believer, because most people, when they hear about this, they're non-believers, and you have to prove it to them. But since then, it's improved unbelievable. Today, I went out for the first time and played softball, and my legs don't feel heavy. They don't feel heavy. I ran much better than before. So I'm just going to keep on continuing, and as I grow with this, you're going to hear more stories. There's a few other things that I'm working on that I have to wait and see, because I'm going to the doctors over the next 2 months, and I want the doctor to say, "What have you been doing?" And I will tell him.
That's awesome.
Perfect. That's great.
Thanks, Jim.
Thank you for introducing. What do you do, Jim?
Well, I'm retired. I used to sell T-shirts, so now I've got to start selling ASEA.
Okay. Perfect.
Well,
I retired 5 years ago, so
you're gonna sell. You're gonna sell health and youth is what you're gonna sell.
that's the thing is, I find out that you have to really prove to people that it works, and the only way to prove that it works is through your own testimonial and through your own life.
Well, I'll give you one little thought. That doesn't always happen fast, but if you take the gel and it doesn't have to be on you. You try it on 10 people who have pain, you're going to see at least 9 of them have an amazing result.
Right.
And within 10 minutes. So a lot of times, like, I didn't have anything fast happen to me, but I saw it on other people, and that was enough at the beginning. My things came along later. But maybe I'll get a chance to meet you. I'm down there on the 29th speaking in Melbourne.
Well, unfortunately, I might not be here. My youngest one is having her first baby, so I got to get back up to Syracuse she doesn't know I'm coming, so I better get up there and witness that and be with her. But I might be back down by then. There's a possibility. So
pop on if you can, pop on this Wednesday to one of our presentations that we're doing, if you can.
Okay.
On the same Zoom number at 8 a.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Eastern, and 9 p.m. Eastern.
Okay.
Yep.
All right, Jim. Very nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
And I'll be in Florida at one of these days also. I was thinking February. So hope to meet you. All right. Why don't I go to recognition and then we'll introduce new people. So I will do that. I'm going to share my screen with you just a second. And go to the recognition. So this week we had we always recognize people that do rank advancements, and next week I'm going to be congratulating some of the top winners for the Ascent so far. You still have through February to do the Ascent, but anyway, so I will be doing that next week. So congratulations, new directors, Olivia Mott, Felicia I. Nueze, and Francisco Batista Mena. Shannon Gower, new director 300, Sarah Nicola, new director 300, and Anya Pradek Hiraya. I am sorry if I mispronounced that.
Does anybody know how to pronounce that name for us?
One name. I didn't see. Pratik Priya.
There you go, Pratik Priya. Thank you. It's Raj.
Thank you very much. And I have director 700s. Jen Hibbs, new director 300, and Christine Rodriguez, new director 300, and Elva Zong, new director 700, Ping Luo, new director 700, Nicole Cortot, new director 700, and Yin Wan, new director 700. So congratulations to all the people going up in rank by introducing this to more people and being successful. Congratulations.
Absolutely. Congratulations, everybody.
And I know it's been a little bit slow. It didn't really slow down too much in volume or anything over the holidays, but I know people are just getting back out and things. So keep up the good work, and we'll see more rank advancements next week.
Deb, you might want to remute everybody again.
Okay.
I can't do it.
All right. I will do that. So now I would like to introduce some new people, and I'm gonna go ahead and introduce somebody that I met over the internet, and her name is Angel Sun, and she's a beautiful 26-year-old, and she lives in San Francisco, and she's studying to be an architect, and she just joined the team, and I'm going to be talking to her after the team phone call. So, Angel, can you unmute yourself?
Yes. Can you guys hear me?
Yes. Hi.
Hi.
Hi, Angel.
So
So
great.
tell us a little bit about yourself and why you were interested in ASEA.
Sure. Hi, everyone. My name is Angel Sun, and I'm from China originally. I've been in the U.S. for about 7 years, and I'm used to be a customer and also a distributor. Just started in another company, but because I found social network marketing a very amazing business model, and I would really love to succeed and also pursue a career along the way. in social network marketing. Until I found ASEA, because I'm a vegan and all the products in ASEA is vegan, and I'm just like, oh my God, this is my company. And so I did a little bit research, and I was lucky enough to find Debbie through Facebook. And she's very, very responsive, and we talked a little bit, and I felt really we connect very well. And so I want her to be my leader. And so I joined the team through Debbie, and very grateful. Thank you, and great meeting you guys for the first time.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Yes,
Thank you.
welcome. She
Thank
did
you.
a lot of research, and she saw a lot of the testimonials also. So anyway, I look forward to meeting you in person someday soon and working with you, of course.
Me too. Me too. Thanks, Debbie.
All right. Thank you very much for being
Thank
on.
you.
And I have one other person, Wanda Miller, who had joined in November. So it's just been a couple months, but she's on our team phone call tonight. She lives in North Carolina, and she will be at the Charlotte meeting in North Carolina. And I think David Silverman is actually going to be staying with her as well as me. So, Wanda.
Hi, everybody. How are you?
We are great. How are you?
I'm really good. Thank you. I'm happy that there's not 10 inches of snow down here. Because, we all in the South don't deal well with that at all. Yes.
So tell us what your background is. I know you were a successful businesswoman, and why you looked at ASEA.
I love the club atmosphere of ASEA. I love the team aspect of it. I managed private clubs for a long time. I understand that world very well. And I like camaraderie of people. I like getting to know lots of different people. And I'm a 20-year health nut. I have spent 20 years finding everything I can that enhances what our favorite doctors can do for us and what they can't do for us. So this is a perfect addition for me to the things I've been adding to my catalog of remedies and wellness for 20 years.
And Wanda's helped a lot of people so far. So we look forward to seeing you again. Well, I'll see you on Wednesday.
Looking forward to it. We're going to have fun.
Absolutely. We'll try. That was Craig, and I think she looked into ASEA because she saw what happened to her husband. Even more.
Well, I think I'll just let him tell you.
Oh, well, I think Debbie knows that I had some issues with peripheral neuropathy in my feet too, probably 20 years worth. So having been to Duke and all, and realizing that the doctor said there's nothing you can do, the nerves are dead, end of story, deal with it, go home. So that was pretty much it until Debbie was here for a meeting, and same old story, we put the gel on my feet, and before you know it, it's starting to work. And it's a slow process. It's been 20 years, so it's probably 50% better now. And you just gotta be patient and continually do it twice a day at least, and the results are amazing. Like everyone else, it's nonstop, one great thing after another.
Perfect. Thank you, Craig. Again, we look forward to being with you again.
Thank you.
And
Yes.
David will bring lots of laughter into your life.
I'm looking forward to that. He's got a fan club starting down here already.
Well, you're catching me at the beginning of the tour, so I've got Charlottesville on the 22nd, you on the 23rd, so I'll be fairly fresh. Then it's Greenville, South Carolina, Birmingham, Alabama, Gulf Shores, Alabama, DeLand. So hopefully I'll make you smile at least.
And we will send some energy with you for all those other tour dates.
Awesome.
I've got some friends in some of those places, and I've sent them information. So hopefully you meet some of my friends in Birmingham.
Awesome. I'll share the screen in a minute where those events are. Thank you. Thanks for the hospitality too.
It's our pleasure.
All right. Okay.
Hi, David.
Abby.
David and Debbie, it's Barbara.
Yes, Barbara.
Barbara.
Okay.
I'm having trouble with the internet. I'm cooking dinner at Heather's house, but I think my cousins Sean and Charlie might be on. She sent me a message that Charlie was watching. Are you guys on? If you are, would you guys please introduce yourselves? No? Maybe they lost the internet connection too.
Sean Drebin?
They live in California. No, it's Sean. She said he signed up as the man from Ireland. I don't know.
Don't know. Don't see him. If you're on, just unmute your line. I don't know. I don't see those names, Barbara.
I don't see Sean. There's a Sean Jones.
Yeah, no.
That's
it would be
right.
Under Charlie.
Maybe they'll come on in a little bit.
Thanks. Sorry.
All right, Barbara. See you Thursday in Utah. Does anybody else have anybody new on?
I do. We have a lot of people on this call. They're all going to be there.
Awesome.
Perfect.
Hey, Gabby.
Hey, I would like to introduce a new associate. It's Pauline James, and she's here right outside of Birmingham in Alabaster, Alabama. Take it away.
Hi, Pauline.
Hi. Well, Gabby caught me when I was most vulnerable, a new retiree.
Perfect.
That didn't last long, did it?
No, not really. So she's been introducing me to the various aspects of the introduction here, and so I'm anxious to get started.
Tell him what you do.
Yes.
What do I do?
Mm-hmm. What you did before you retired.
What you did. You retired, but what did you do?
I was a nurse.
Oh, perfect.
For 43 years. Yeah. So.
Well, I'll just tell you, don't get scared because you might be doing a little more work, but there's a big difference between the word job and the word joy. One letter makes a big difference, and nurses love this because nurses generally they got into it because they love helping people, and they work really hard, and they're generally maybe not usually they're underpaid and they're overworked and underappreciated for the most part, not always, but with this there's no limits to the amount of good you can do things that your doctors couldn't do, and do it around the world from Alabama. So I'll be down there. I guess I get there a week from Friday. I get down there.
Yeah, I'm planning on attending, so I'll see you.
Yeah.
Perfect.
She was pretty amazing. I did one presentation, and then I took her to eat and talk to another SIA person, and she was finishing our sentences.
There you go. See one, do one, teach one.
Yeah, I've been there before.
Yeah. Welcome.
Welcome. Yes. All right. Is there anyone else?
Lisa.
I've got one. Amani is on. She is one of my associates. So welcome, Amani. Do you want to unmute yourself and just introduce yourself?
I see.
I just unmuted
My
her.
friend Ruth, hi. I couldn't make it on Saturday, actually, when you were in New Jersey.
Oh.
Yeah, I lost it because I was working.
That's okay. Meet you next time.
What do you do?
I'm in the customer service in Walmart.
Okay, perfect.
So
And what?
they give me, yeah.
Why were you interested in ASEA?
Yeah, I got it a week ago on 9th, and I tried, but it's not yet, like a week only.
Okay.
So I didn't see a big difference yet, except
Okay.
that by accident I had a scratch here in my face. I didn't know from where. Actually, I found it in the mirror. I saw it in the mirror, and then I used the gel as also for my wrinkle in my eye and face. So in 2 days, the scratch disappeared.
Good.
Second day, 2 days only. It was small, and I don't know from where. So I was happy. I was happy.
Good. Good.
But for wrinkles, I don't know.
Do you have the gel?
Yeah, I have.
So carry it with you, Amani, when you go to work, and when you're with anybody, if they ask him if they happen, just as because you're curious, see if they have any pain or stiffness in their body,
Okay.
and ask them if they would give you 10 minutes and just shake this up, put it on 3 times in 5 minutes,
Yeah.
and you will be very excited tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll see the result. Yeah.
Not everybody, but 9 out of 10 is a big number of people, so you'll see that.
Yeah.
And by the way,
One of my friend, he did a surgery. He had an accident in we had a big storm, and he did a big surgery in his knee. So I'm thinking to give my friend this one and see what will be the result.
do it while you're with him. Don't just give it to him and walk away. Have him give you 10 minutes, and you put it on 3 times in 5 minutes. And by the 10th minute, if it's not better, just do it again.
Yeah.
And it's almost every single person. But if you've been on it for 1 week, that means you drank at 4 ounces a day. You drank 1 bottle.
Yes.
But now what you should do is, if you haven't seen anything, increase it temporarily to 8 ounces a day. So now you drink 2 bottles a week until you see results. Then you can decrease. That's the best way to take it. Okay.
Yeah, because today I usually feel dizziness. I don't know from where. I have a doctor appointment next week. I don't know from where actually. I'm worried a little bit, but today I felt the same. And I feel tired, fatigue, and all this. So I'm gonna take for like increase. Now it's time to increase it, right?
Yes.
Because the week finished.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'll increase it for 8 ounces a day.
And that's why, honestly, everybody, that's why I shot a video on this. Never give somebody a bottle unless they're buying some also, because only 15% of people get results in 1 week.
Oh.
And if you give somebody a bottle, you have an 85% failure rate. And then you really have a problem, because then they're probably never going to buy it. And then somebody they love might die because they don't know that it's real. You've lost a potential business partner, and you have a person in the community who's negative saying this doesn't work, but they never took it properly. So that's why we do the presentations every Wednesday. And I'm on the medical board of the company, and I tell people how to take it properly. So if you can get them there, they
What
don't
time?
have to just listen to you. They'll hear it from a doctor what they really should do.
What time Wednesday?
It's at, Risa will give you the information. It's at 8 o'clock in the morning, 1 p.m., and then 9 p.m.
Oh, yeah.
At this same Zoom number.
Okay. The reason I didn't tell my friends about it or people, because I wanna I wanna feel it first.
Sure. No, I understand.
Yeah, and then I can talk in a right way. Like I have experience with it.
Yep.
I felt like example as a business. Now I'm better. So I wanna tell something I really felt it.
Sure. Absolutely.
So I'm gonna wait like another week.
It'll come. Just carry the tube with you and try it on a few people with pain. Debbie, I think we got to remute the lines again. A lot of unmuted lines. The background.
All right.
Yeah.
Hi, Debbie.
Hi. Whoever that was needs to unmute again.
Hi, it's Sean.
Hi, Sean.
Hi. So Stephanie's on again. She had a little trouble last week. So I'd like to introduce Stephanie Mykonos. She's a new associate that I met in a networking environment.
Okay.
So Stephanie, would you like to unmute and introduce yourself to everyone?
It shows her being unmuted, but I don't hear.
Yeah, I don't hear her either.
Microphone.
And she's unmuted.
Yep. Well, if she can
Well,
get the
now she
microphone.
just jumped off.
Said Sean, can't hear her. Sorry. All right, is there anybody else on? Because we're going to get to the training in a minute, but I want to make sure everybody introduces their new people.
Hi, it's Jackie.
Hi, Jackie.
Nobody's not coming.
I was
Okay.
at my networking event on last week, Thursday, and it was my turn to present. And one of the new people in the group across the table, her name's Catherine, and she's on the call tonight. And she said, will it help my arthritis? And so I just went over and put the gel on her 3 times. And then at the end of the meeting, I said, I don't know what she's going to say, but Catherine, what happened? And so if Catherine could unmute and introduce herself and tell what happened, that would be fantastical.
Catherine's iPhone or Catherine's fabulous iPad?
Catherine, the one that just said RYN, Catherine with a C.
I've just unmuted.
Hi.
Hi. Unfortunately, my camera isn't working. I'm sorry. So you'll just have to put up with my voice.
No worries. Welcome.
Thank you. So what happened with us then? Jackie and I were in our networking meeting, just like she said. And as soon as I said, will it help with my arthritis, I showed her my knobbly fingers. She ran across the room with the gel. And she said, I'm going to put this on you 3 times in 5 minutes while everyone else is speaking. And then we'll see what happens when we finish the networking meeting, or sooner if it works then. So I think we ended in about 15 minutes, actually. So she did. She sat next to me and rubbed this gel on me. And I don't have a lot of pain in my hands, but they don't move brilliantly. I'm not a cranky old lady with really horrible, gnarly hands, but they're definitely more stiff than they used to be. So at the end of the 15 minutes, I was really impressed. My hands just felt, I haven't felt my hands feel that way for years. They were just normal hands again. It was wonderful.
Well, welcome to the party.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's perfect.
So thank you.
Joined that afternoon.
Wonderful. Welcome to the team, Catherine.
Yes.
Thank you.
Look forward to meeting you.
Debbie?
Yes.
I think in the week when you couldn't get reports, we actually missed an opportunity to recognize Cindy and Dave Chronister as having gone gold. And their team who went bronze and silver in the same week was Sue Moore. And I know we really should at least acknowledge that.
Of course. And we did actually acknowledge it, but we can acknowledge it again.
Absolutely.
They didn't hear it, so
they didn't hear it. Okay. All right. Is Cindy and Dave on tonight?
We are.
There's a lot of people on. Hi, Cindy. Congratulations.
Thank you. Sorry if you did it over the holidays. Was a week that we were not able to log on. So
we did, because it's a big deal. So we did acknowledge you, but that's fine.
I was asking about Sue because she went from D700 to silver,
which is
so
perfect. Yes, we'll talk to her in just a second. But so do you want to say a few words?
I have an amazing team. We have an amazing team. We're just very blessed to be a part of this, and just so happy to be able to change people's lives.
Perfect.
You want to add anything, Dave?
Just looking forward to seeing everybody in Utah.
Wonderful. I
Hey.
know, that'll be fun. That'll be great.
I'll see you in Utah, and then I'll see you a couple days later in Charlottesville.
Yeah, you will.
That's great. Congratulations, guys.
Yes, congratulations.
Thank you, guys.
And they are really, really great mobile hosts. I'll never forget the little ride you gave us. You had it all set up with beverages and everything in the back of the SUV. Thank you.
Door-to-door service, only for you, Dave.
Oh yeah, it's great.
All right. And Sue Moore, would you like to say a few words? I'll unmute you, or I'll try to. There we go.
Where is
Sue,
she?
congratulations on going bronze.
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much. I'm having a blast. Really enjoying it. Really enjoying it and having a lot of fun. So, and just loving sharing it with everybody and loving seeing the results because most of them come so quickly.
Yes.
Sue, what's your background?
Oh gosh, my first life I was a dental hygienist, and then I did OSHA for 32 years for the military, safety and occupational health in hospitals, military hospitals, and then I retired. And for about the last 15 years, I've been doing natural health, and I'm a certified homeopath. and digestive health specialist. And so I've been doing natural things for about 15 years now. So when Cindy shared this with me, we kind of sat on it. I sat on it for a little while, and finally I called her back and said, what is this little tube of Renew 28? What am I supposed to use it for? I can't remember why you gave it to me. And we both reminded each other and started getting to work. And we've both been very busy ever since, I think.
Well, you went bronze. You went from Director 700 to all the way to silver, right?
Yes.
How'd you do that?
People.
That's it.
People.
They were all. Yep. Every one of them was so open and excited about it, right?
Yeah. Not. But I got lucky, and really a lot of it was a couple of the calls that I've listened to, and I listen to as many calls and webinars as I can. It does take up a lot of time, but I learned something from all of them, and picked up on a couple of tips on the entrepreneurs package and how to encourage people to pick that and why. And I was able to pick up on 2 or 3 people right off the bat that we went entrepreneurs packages so we could save them on their auto ships a little bit in the future and save them up front, get them on the larger loyalty package right up front.
Yep.
With a lot of samples to work with. And those were some very good suggestions that I took, and it's helped quite a bit.
It's awesome, Sue. Congrats.
Thank you very much.
And I think Raj, hey Raj, can you hear me? Raj, you want to introduce somebody new?
Yeah, he's just gentleman is here, pretty new. Salute. And he's in actually working in other business. It's called import export, right? What do you do?
Yeah, I do import export. We export printer machines to Singapore.
I'm going to Singapore in March. What's your name? I'm sorry.
My name is Harry.
Harry, nice to meet you.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you.
I was born and raised in Amsterdam. I live in now with my wife in New York. So yeah, that's what's up. So how's it going, guys? I was listening to you. Interesting. It's a good product.
What did you look into ASEA for?
I'm sorry?
What did you look into ASEA for?
We don't know anything, Debbie. It's the first day.
It's my first day. I just walked in.
Oh, your first day. Okay.
Yeah, and
want to know what it is.
And I want to see what the product is, and I want to try to understand the system and the game, and obviously, what does it pay? Right.
Okay.
Obviously, right. So yeah, it's.
Well, that's perfect because I'm going to go over the compensation plan here in about 2 minutes.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Right timing.
Yeah.
Awesome. Perfect. All right. Awesome. That's right.
Hopefully,
Welcome.
get to meet you next time. I'm up there.
Oh, he was here. Oh, you were here? Oh, I missed you.
I just left yesterday. I did meetings and Thursday in Long Island, Friday in Flushing, Saturday with Raj in New Jersey, and then went back to did a meeting in Queens, and then yesterday did another one in Long Island and got home last night.
Where do you live?
In DC, Maryland.
Oh wow, yeah, that's far.
Yeah, yeah, but we do these. Like I say, I do 3 live. Debbie and I do 3 live presentations every Wednesday. So Raj can tell you when they are. Maybe you can pop on one of them on Wednesday.
Yeah, sounds good.
Cool. Welcome, Harry.
Thank you so much.
Yes, welcome.
Thank you.
Okay. Anybody else new before we go to the training?
Okay. Let me a little bit explain.
Okay. Deb, you want to?
All right, I'll mute everybody again.
Okay. And Debbie, I'll need to tell everybody this. When I joined, Debbie sponsored me. And I looked at the comp plan and I saw there were 8 ways that you get paid. And now they have the fast forward, which is kind of like almost a 4th way you get paid in extra product. I mean a 9th way. But I didn't understand it, right? And I didn't want to, it just seemed kind of complicated to me. And I said, Debbie, do I need to know all this? And she said, you got 2 options. One is, I can tell you the most important things, and Debbie will tell you right now about enrolling, getting on AutoShip, sponsoring 2 people on AutoShip, and so forth. Those are the most important things. She said, I can explain everything and show you to watch some videos and then answer the questions you have, or you can learn it as you go. Which do you prefer? And I said, honestly, I want to learn it as I go. Just give me the most important things now, right? Isn't that what you told me, Deb?
Yeah, absolutely. I
Yeah.
tell most people to learn the compensation plan as they go.
But one of the concepts is tough is you're at the top of two distribution trees, and I'm going to kind of share that and then fill in some blanks and answer questions on that, okay? But Debbie, tell them real quickly if you can, what are the most basic things that they really need to know kind of about the comp plan when they get started? What do they need to do first?
I would say sign up 2 people in 14 days and get the director's, the director's bonus, because that makes you a director. And it gets you excited and it gets people going, your team started, you're eligible for team commissions at that point. And again, it's just exciting that you've gotten 2 people in and they are using ASEA and finding out the benefits of it. So that's very important. And then as your team continues to grow, you'll learn. I always kind of looked ahead to my next couple of rank advancements. So as you're gathering, once you've gotten 2 people on one on each side, then you go up. If you've got 300 points on both sides, then you're a director 300. And when you get 700 points on both sides in the same week, then you're a director 700. And that's as your team grows and more people come in and order products.
Hey everybody, David Silverman here.
And so David's going to do an overview of the 2. You're looking at 2 trees, basically. There's a binary tree, and those are the trees that all your people are put on your left side or your right side. You have a lot of legs, but you have a left side and a right side. And then you can look at the sponsorship, and those are all the people that you have personally sponsored. Because as David will probably go over in this video that he made, there are what we call spillover, meaning one of your sides is the same side as your sponsor. And a lot of times if your sponsor is active, you will get people being put underneath you. And that's called spillover. So those are like little gifts from heaven, I guess. So did you want to roll the videos, David?
Sure.
Or the video?
Yeah.
Okay.
So thanks, Debbie. I just pasted in the chat bar the video you're going to see in just a second. But I want to show you where you can find explanations of all parts of the comp plan in videos that you can stop, pause, rewind. And that website is amazingmoleculestraining.com. Amazingmoleculestraining.com, which has really good information. If you click the training link, it'll take you to these videos on the comp plan. And none of them are long. There's an overview, it's 11 minutes. Part 1 covers enrolling customers and associates in the director bonus that Debbie just talked about, which is the most important thing. It's 7 minutes. The binary, which I'm going to show you in a minute there, is 19 minutes. And then the executive momentum pool, check match, and the diamond pool is an 11-minute video, part 3. So if you go to amazingmoleculestraining.com, I didn't type that into the chat bar. Maybe, Debbie, you can type that in. You can go look at all that. What I'm going to do is share a video that I pasted into the chat bar there. There's like background noise, Deb. I don't know if it's coming from.
All right.
Try it again. Mute everybody, I guess, again.
All right.
Okay, thanks. So this is the video here, and again, it's not less than 9 minutes, and it's just me sitting here explaining the comp plan. And what we're going to do is play this and take notes if you have any questions. This is what we want to focus on tonight, because it's a concept of being at the top of 2 different distribution trees. And here's the explanation. Hey everybody, David Silverman here. I'm going to shoot a very, very quick video that covers something that I get asked a lot about, and it's about the compensation plan with regards to the 2 different distribution trees, the sponsorship tree and the binary tree. And I'm going to try to do this very quickly and give you some references where you can go find more specific information, okay? So let me get started real quick here with just a couple of points that are important, okay? And I'm not doing this professionally. I'm just sitting here drawing on a board. So I drew out a few things. It says comp plan. This comp plan, you see a comp plan, pays you 8 ways, right? And there are 2 different compensation trees, right? One is called the binary tree, and one is called the personal sponsorship tree. And I'm going to draw pictures of it in just a minute, but this is just some basics, right? You are at the top of both of these trees. When you sponsor someone, you don't pick, do they go in one tree or the other? They're going in both trees, and I'll show you in a minute. And out of the 8 ways that you get paid, 7 of those ways are paid on your sponsorship tree. Only one of them is on your binary tree. It's called team commissions. Okay, so this is just conceptually, and I'll draw the picture in a minute. Very important. Alan Noble has put together some great videos explaining the different components of the comp plan. And if you go to amazingmoleculestraining.com, which has the most important training video you can ever watch. I have my people watch it twice, sometimes 3 times. It's right when you go to that page, you'll see it, the Fast Start training. But if you click the training link, it'll take you to a page where you see each of the components of the comp plan explained. And that'll be very, very helpful to you, I promise, okay? So let me draw these trees out real quick because I really wanted to keep this video very, very short. I think visually, when I draw this out for people, it starts to make sense. So let's talk about the personal tree, sponsorship tree, okay? We'll just call it personal tree. You're at the top of that tree, okay? If you go in your virtual office and you pull up this personal sponsorship tree, you'll see the first person you sponsored over here is on the left. The next person you sponsored is there. The next person you sponsored is there. There's person number 4. There's person number 5. And this is all your first level people, okay? You have as many legs as you want in this. You sponsor 5 people, you have 5 legs. You sponsor 100 people, you have 100 legs. And if the person number 2 sponsors a couple of people here, and this person sponsors 3 people, and this person sponsors 1, that's your second level, right? Now, let's say this person happens to go crazy and sponsors, 50 people, okay? And all these people sponsor people, some are 1 or more, whatever. This is all your third level. That's how this tree looks, okay? And 7 of the 8 ways that you get paid are on here. Everything except for team commissions is on that. And by the way, your sponsor would be right above you here. Now, you're also at the top of what's called the binary tree. And the binary tree has only 2 legs. And again, I'm not going to explain team commissions and how you get paid 10% of the volume on the leg that has the least amount of volume every week. Go look at the video. I'm just doing this to give you conceptually what's happening here. So this is you again at the top of your tree, your binary tree, and one of the 8 ways they pay you here, right? It's called team commissions. And how do people end up here? Well, in your virtual office, you have settings where people are going to go on your left or your right or on balance. Okay, I'm not going to go through the details of that, but conceptually, where does person number 1 go? Well, you have someone above you. Let's say you are on their left side. This is your sponsor. I'll put S there. You're on that side. So person number 1 will always go on your team leg. If you're on your sponsor's left and your team leg is your left side. So person number 1 is going to go right there. Now to become binary qualified, person number 2 is going to go right there, right? And being binary qualified means each person is active. They have 100 points under their ID number every 5 weeks, okay? And so that's where person number 1 and 2 go in this tree. Now let's say now person number 3. So and each of these people have 2 legs, okay? Person number 3 is going to go down here. So you'll see in a minute, it's kind of like a Christmas tree, and I'll show you how. Now let's say before you sponsor person number 4, person number 2 sponsors, we'll call them A and B. Person number 2 sponsors number A, so A is going to go on their team leg, and B is going to go here, okay? And let's say also, then you sponsor person number 4. Well, you're about even right here, but let's just say person number 4 goes here, okay? And then 4 goes a bit, let's say person number B over here, under number 2, starts really sponsoring a lot of people. See all those people there? So person number B, the first person is going to go here, and then person's going to go here, and then there's another person there and another person there, and all of a sudden you have a lot of volume over here on this side. What you're going to want to do is change your placement settings in your virtual office to be on your left side. So now person number 5 goes in there because you have more volume over here, and person number 6 goes over here, right? This is visually what's happening with this tree. All of the people in here are going to be here. It's just a matter of where. Now, if your sponsor is sponsoring people still, and if, let's say, if you're running with this and your business is growing, they're going to have to put people on the other side. They're not going to put people down under you because they have to catch up to where you are. But let's say they had a big side over here already, and it's bigger than this side. Then your sponsor, because they want to keep the sides even, the volume even, watch the videos, they may put what's called a spillover. They may put somebody down here, right? That's your sponsor, right? It says S, it's hard to see it. But they put somebody down there. That person down here, oh, you can't really see that. Let me see if I can tilt that a little bit. I'm sorry. That person down here is not in this tree because they're not part of your personal tree. That's called spillover. Now, you may get some spillover, and if they multiply, then you get volume from that. That doesn't always happen. It happens sometimes, but the bottom line is you want to build both legs. You want to find a leader on both legs, and that leader may be person number 2. It may not. It may be this person right here. It could be this person right here. That's what you need. You need to find a few leaders to be creating business and bringing in people and leading their people. So I hope that this little diagram, I know it's a little bit messy, but it gives you the concept. You're at the top of both trees. They're very different. This one only has 2 legs, right? And actually, if you look at this, you keep sponsoring people down the outside. Let's say you sponsor 50 people, right? And you should plan on sponsoring between 50 and 100 people if you want to go to Triple Diamond, in that range. 50 to 100. Could be more, probably not less, but 50 to 100. You sponsor down the outside of your tree, your binary tree. It's like a Christmas tree if you look at this. This is the outside of the tree, right? There's the star at the top, right? And then the branches on the inside get filled in by people enrolling people, fills in the inside of the tree. The beautiful thing about the comp plan is person number 2 could build a bigger business than you. They can make more money. There's their Christmas tree, and you're getting residuals on that, but they can actually out-earn you, and that's the beautiful thing about the comp plan. So anyway, I made this a little longer than I wanted. I hope it was helpful. Please go to amazingmoleculestraining.com, hit the training link, and you can watch the videos on it, okay? Thanks a lot. Bye. Hey, everybody. David Silverman here. I'm good. Okay. So again, that video, I didn't go through the numbers. I didn't talk about the 10% and how the actual numbers are, but it's an important conceptual thing that a lot of people don't understand. And I didn't understand it. I had no idea what that was. And Debbie kept trying to tell me what it was. I kept watching the videos. So that, along with the comp plan videos and Amazing Molecules training, hopefully are helpful. But Debbie, I want to see if anybody has specific questions just on what we talked about there, or if there's anything that you want to add before they ask questions.
No, that just told you the difference between the sponsorship tree and the binary tree, which is a concept that people have to learn about. So we'll just get to questions because we've got about 4 minutes till the top of the hour. Does anyone have any?
This is Sue Moore.
Yes, hi, Sue.
Hi, and I'm going to show my ignorance here. My understanding is that your first person you sign up goes on the team leg.
Correct.
And the second person you sign up would go on your personal leg.
Correct.
And then after that, even though you've got it on balance possibly, most of the rest of the people you're going to sign up for a while is going to end up on your personal leg because the team leg is naturally going to have more volume than your leg is going to at this point.
Not if your sponsor's not sponsoring people. It won't.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, and if you happen to sponsor somebody, Sue, that really runs with it, You may
Right.
never put anybody under that person because you're going to be putting people on the other side. So when someone comes in and moves fast and they're looking for spillover, you don't generally get a whole lot of spillover because you're moving so fast. So if you were enrolled on a leg where people was not really building, you might have to build both.
Right, right. But typically, if your team is building and they start out, they're already got quite a bit of volume, and you're just starting, you would put one on the team leg, and then you would put the second, third, fourth, fifth, more than likely on your personal leg, correct? To try to balance it out against the team leg?
No, not your team leg might not be growing. You might have one person on your right to begin with, then on your left, then another person on your right, then another person on your left, and now you've got 4 people, and your team leg's not growing.
If your team leg is growing, you're correct. If it's not, if you're not getting spillover there, then and it's not multiplying, you don't want to sit and wait for it to happen. You want to try to keep your legs balanced. Yeah.
Right. So
The dashboard, you can see all that in the dashboard. You can see how many people are on your right side and your left side.
Okay, this is Dominic.
Yeah, Dominic.
Oh yeah, how you doing?
Good.
Yeah, I just want to ask because when you have the 2 legs, what if one leg is growing and the other leg, I mean, you have a weaker, let me say, it's not growing. Where are you having the compensation? Is it in the weaker or the stronger leg?
You get paid 10% of the volume on the leg that has the least amount of volume every week. So that's happened to me. At one point, this leg was the bigger leg, and I don't have a boss, but the compensation plan tells me what I need to do, and it told me, David, this leg is big. You got to work on this leg, and so I focused on that leg more, supporting these people, but enrolling more people here and focusing on helping people really enroll on that side. Then the side sometimes will flip. This side became the big leg, and then I had to go back and really say, okay, I need to sponsor more people here. The thing about this business is you're looking for people like you and me. You're looking for people who are motivated that are going to do this on a part-time or full-time basis, but are going to consistently be talking to people and enrolling people. And if you bring in 10 people and one of them are doing that and they happen to be on your right side and they're really doing it, then you're going to have to find someone on the other side. And so it's really, we can't control what people do with their business, and because life gets in the way for people, or they're just not motivated or whatever, or they don't believe in themselves, or they don't believe that whatever it is. But the one thing we can control is talking to more people. So we have to look where we're going to enroll people. So sometimes the sides do flip, right? The nice thing about it, Dominic, is that if this leg is really big, and this week, this side has 20,000 points, and this side has 5,000 points. At the end of the week, they're going to pay you 10% of the 5,000, which is $500 in team commissions. But you had 20,000 on this side. It doesn't disappear. They take 5,000 away from both sides. So they deduct 5,000 from the 5,000 side, and that goes down to 0. This side had 20,000. They take 5,000 away. That leaves 15,000 in what's called carryover volume. It carries over to the next week. You start the week with 15,000. If the next week ended the same way, 20,000 and 5,000, they're going to pay you $500, and now you're going to have 30,000 in carryover. So it's telling you you need to focus on this side to catch up to this side.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Anyone else? Yes, Susan.
I was just going to share my screen. One thing real quick, guys, because we didn't have time before, but here's the cities I'm going to be in after Envision. So take a look at the names of those cities. If you know somebody in Charlottesville, Virginia, Charlotte, North Carolina, Greenville, South Carolina, Birmingham, Alabama, Gulf Shores, Alabama, DeLand, Florida, Melbourne, Florida. I'm going to be speaking in all those places. Okay? And if you And if you have not seen ateamsupport.com, somebody's got to mute their line.
I just muted everyone, so unmute yourself, David.
Got it. Thank you. So if you go to ateamsupport.com, that's our upline put that together. And you'll see an events tab. And if you click the events tab, it'll take you to conference calls and to special live events. And you can see all the live events that are set up, and you can see mine are all right here. Okay, the flyers are all there. But you can see Debbie and I are going to be in Charlotte. There's events taking place. Well, that finished already. I guess January 23rd is Concord. That's double. They put that on twice. Raleigh, Spokane, Montana, New York, and Pauling, New York. There's one with Dr. Malmet. He's on the medical professional board. There's the one the 5 to 7 that I'm doing. Denver, Norfolk, Virginia. Debbie's going to be down there. Los Altos, California. You can see Australia, Thailand, Taiwan. There's a whole world out there. This thing is happening, and you just have to plug into it. I digressed off of the comp plan. Does anybody have any other questions about the comp plan before we wrap it up?
Susan Muley does.
Susan, you got to unmute. Debbie, can you do it?
I was trying to, but it's not unmuting.
Oh. You know why? There. Oh, I heard it. I heard it for a second.
Unmute yourself, Susan. I was unmuting. Maybe we double.
Try it again. No, can't hear. We can do a 3-way call. Okay. That's an iPhone that's got that noise down.
Susan, I unmuted you. You're a different source.
Oh, great. Okay, my question is, in your experience and your opinion, about how many people do you have to personally sponsor to reach bronze?
I don't know if there's an average. Some people have done it with 5, 6 people, but here's the thing. You sponsor until. That's the whole thing, because you don't know who you're bringing in. You don't know who's if you're a really good sponsor, and you plug people in, if you plug people into the system and introduce them to the upline, if they're motivated, I mean, it can be very, very quick. But when Debbie and I sponsor people, we say, look, you want to get to 50 people as soon as you can. Personally sponsored 50 people. And if people say, okay, I got it. If people say, oh my God, 50 people, how do I do that? Then we break it down into pieces and say, okay, let's focus on 20. Can you see that? If they say yes, we go to work. We do fast forwards, right? If they say 20, say, let's do a fast forward, okay? Because you sponsor 4 people, right? Well, some of them could be customers, but 4 people in 14 days. And once someone does that, they say, oh, well, I can do that again. Or they do a fast forward plus and they sponsor 8 people in 14 days and they make $800, right? They're like, wow, that's pretty great. So we always say you sponsor until. There's no real set number, honestly. We just know the average incomes for those levels, people that are paid, that are qualifying there. But Debbie, maybe you know the average number of people. I don't know.
No, what is the average income at bronze?
About $2,000 a month. It's 2,000 a month.
100 now.
About 500 a week.
Okay.
Yeah, they just want to. They're going to release those numbers at Envision. They did it on the Diamond call, and I took pictures, and I'll see if I can give you those numbers.
So the average bronze now makes $2,040 a month. If you're a very strong bronze but you haven't yet reached silver, the monthly high is $5,312. And the lowest was $916. But and that may be somebody. That's got to be somebody that isn't hitting bronze every single week. Anyway,
Okay.
so about
Thank you.
Sure.
See you in Utah.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
All right.
I'm still looking for a roommate, by the way. I have a hotel room.
So if anybody's looking, does anybody need a roommate? And I got a couple extra tickets if someone wants. I got 2 tickets that are $200 for the 2 tickets, which includes the bus tour at noon on Thursday. So let me know.
Shimona asked earlier. She was
Well,
looking for a
no,
ticket.
she was looking for the dinner.
Oh.
The dinner's sold out. I know that.
But there's still people that, last minute, like I just had a ticket that was, somebody wanted to sell it and then somebody bought it right away. So if you need one or if you have one, let me know. We have another person looking for one for the dinner. All right. Well, I'm going to end the recording and we can say goodnight.